Hello and welcome to my little arty update. This month I'll be sharing with you everything that I've been drawing and making and a little bit about my life as well. I've done a little bit of work in my sketchbook, I've done a few bits and pieces on loose sheets, and I have been working on the glass painting, and I've also done a little bit of mosaic as well. Unfortunately there's been an awful lot of things that I haven't got around to doing because I haven't been very well. And so if I sound a little bit down or low today, that's because I'm lacking in quite a lot of energy. So I apologise very much, but let's start with sketchbook 14. Now this sketchbook was a very cheap sketchbook. It was £2.99 and I picked it up at the range and I wasn't expecting very much from it. I wasn't disappointed. No, it's fine. It's not great. But it's fine, totally fine. So I started out with some woodland scenes and I really enjoy doing these mushrooms and toadstools, and I would like to develop them further, and I have had a little play around, and I did a similar one of these as a full process video. You might have already seen it, but yeah, I just love this whole woodland thing, but I'd quite like to bring in a few more Zentangle patterns into it. I don't think there's enough. I think this is just a straight whimsical drawing really. And then I started looking at some different compositions for my blossom. I was just playing around with ideas, different ideas for leaves. That's why this is so higgledy-piggledy. There's lots of different patterns going on in the leaves. I was only using my felt tip pens, so the colour isn't great and I didn't have a very good selection, but I was resting up in bed at the time, so it's no good for me getting my paints and everything out when I'm having to put my feet up. Yeah, very sketchy, very rough. One thing I did realise with this sketchbook at this point was that it doesn't like me using an eraser. Every time I went to rub out the pencil lines, I was getting fibres lifting up off the page. So this isn't really a sketchbook, but because I don't mind leaving my pencil marks in place, it's fine. For £2.99, I really wasn't going to complain. If I'd spent £15 on this sketchbook, I would complain, but £2.99, no. I took a little break and just did a little tangle page here. This was around bonfire night and fireworks night, so this tangle is called Cosmic Flower, and it's quite fun to do really, quite repetitive, and yeah, just relaxing to do. Then I went back to looking at compositions, and I quite like this composition, might move that around. But yeah, just playing around with some ideas for a final picture. This one I was going back to the pod flowers here, I don't know what they're called, and seeing if I could bring some more Zentangle elements into the foreground. This one was an attempt at a composition again, but it didn't really work out to plan, did it? It's not great. So I jumped online and I looked for a little bit of inspiration. And this drawing is inspired by an artist called Michelle Rummel. And she does some very beautiful watercolour, kind of abstract neurographic style drawings. They are absolutely stunning, so if you never heard of her, do go and look her up because I found her very inspiring. So because I was resting up at this point, I just used my gold Faber Aqua in olive green, and I can't remember what colour that was, but yeah, I just used a couple of watercolour pencils that I've got, and I found out that this sketchbook doesn't really like the watercolour pencils either, so 2 crosses for this sketchbook, but a big tick on price because, you know, this is just about ideas, it's not about a finished piece of artwork, so I was very happy just to carry on using this sketchbook for ideas. So the lovely thing about this drawing is that I was holding the pen halfway up. I haven't got one to hand, but I was holding it up here, maybe here, and just squiggling the lines. So there was absolutely no control for the initial lines that I put down on the page. And then I went in and added a few more loops and sections and lines. Thoroughly enjoyed that exercise, so I tried another one. This one I tried using my Inktense pencils, and again, they don't really work on this paper, but it's fine. I'm not stressing, and I wasn't stressing because I didn't have the energy to be stressing, to be fair. Another one looking at different leaves and trying to come up with composition. I clearly was not having a very good art day today. Horrible colours, horrible composition. So I went back to look at the Michelle Rummel style. Now, I wanted to bring my own element in because I always think that looking at someone else's work for inspiration is always a wonderful thing, but you should try and bring your own elements into it. So this is quite different from some of her drawings because I've put in some of my own elements and some of the lines and patterns that I enjoy. But I was still very closely following the kind of style with the random lines across the page. And I just thought to myself, well, she uses a lot of watercolour, I like a lot of bold colour, so what would happen if I used a lot of bold colour? So for this one I just used my Winsor & Newton Pro marker. I've only got one, and that seemed to work very well, and I was very happy with that in this sketchbook. So what I wanted to do was just to develop it a little bit further and bring in my circle patterns. So these are circles that I use regularly in my other drawings, and I wanted to see how I could pull that style together with my style. And yeah, I quite like that. You'll see a few of those over the course of the next few months because I just really enjoy it. This was just a simple random pattern because I wanted a simple random pattern for a little project that I was working on. So yeah, at this point I had picked up a whole set of marker pens. Now these marker pens are by Artistry, and I think they're actually just Deco Time that have been rebranded. I got a set of 30 marker pens or twin markers for £10, just £10. That's a really good price, right? So I couldn't miss that up, especially since I knew that the marker pens or the Pro markers were working great in this sketchbook, but the other mediums weren't. So the first tray is actually just straight marker pens, just straight bold colour. The second row is kind of like a glittery colour, which they don't really work in this sketchbook, but that's okay because they do work on other papers. And the bottom tray is all metallic markers, which I'll show you shortly. So I thought I'd just have a go with these marker pens in this sketchbook to see how it went. The gold marker pen that I had just ran out, so that's why that's so sketchy. And this is the fuchsia with the twin markers. And on these ones I coloured very slowly, and on these ones I coloured very quickly. And you can see the scratchy overlap there. So the trick with these twin markers is to use them slowly. That's what I've discovered. So I thought I'd go back and look at some of my old sketchbooks. This is a design based on one that I did in book 10. It's a reworking of the idea, and I was using the marker in Cool Mint. So what I've been doing from time to time is going through my old sketchbooks and looking at pictures that I like but that aren't quite there, and just seeing what I can come up with. So I reworked this one a little bit, and then I went mad with it a little bit. I don't like this one at all. I think it's awful, but you know, it's all about throwing out ideas, and if you don't throw out ideas, then you're never going to come up with new ideas, are you? So some things will work and some things won't, and you know, that's what happened here. But I do like this one, and I fully expect I'll do this one as a full process video. Really lovely to do. I think the colours were very striking, and yeah, I'm still using the twin markers here. I am mostly throughout the rest of this book. Then I went back to some florals with these pod things. If anyone knows what they're called, please just put them in the comments below because I can't remember. Nothing grabs me from this, but it's fine. In fact, I had a few days where not much was grabbing me, which is kind of a bit how I was feeling really. I didn't have much energy. I didn't have much life in me, and I think you can see in my sketchbook that there's nothing really woo and amazing. So I liked the Michelle Rummel work, and I thought, well, let's try and do a full random Zentangle page, and this is what happened. And again, it's not really great, but there's a few little elements in it that I have never used before. These kind of little dotty things, random triangles, squiggles, loose scribbling. Yeah, don't love it, but hey ho. And this one was me having a go at reworking one of my designs I did previously. In fact, I've got it here. Let's put this all back straight. So this one is a rework of one of the full process videos I did many months ago. I just wanted to see, because on this one I'd used the gel pen and it was a little bit scratchy, so I wanted to see how the marker pens would work with this kind of style. And what I found was that if you use 2 coats of the twin markers, you get a really good colour, and it's slightly darker than just the 1 coat. So yeah, these ones were all 1 coat, and I was drawing fairly slowly, but 2 coats, yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. So I've only got up to page 22, 23 hasn't been started yet, but that's okay, I'm not going to stress. I will enjoy working in my sketchbook hopefully over the Christmas period, and yeah, let's see how that goes. So before I move on to the craft projects that I've been working on, I will show you briefly some of the other work that I've been doing. So this one was based on, oh yeah, now I can't remember which order I did these in, so I'll just flick through them. This one was based on the Michelle Rummel style, but in my style, so I was doing some random wiggly lines and then bringing my style in, and I coloured that in with acrylic paint. This one was, oh yeah, so this one, I've been playing around with the Daler Rowney inks, and I am putting together a review of them. I don't like them very much, but this was just a rework of one of my experimental pages, and I love this one. I think it's great. I think I've managed to pull that one out quite well. So I started off with the basic swirl of the green ink, and then I put some emulsion, some grey emulsion over the top, and then I used some black drawing ink and my gold metallic Artistry markers, twin markers, and yeah, I really like that one. Very happy with that one. I feel quite good that I managed to do something nice with the Daler Rowney inks. This one was the Daler Rowney ink experiment as well, and that's not so good. I mean, yeah, I don't know how to bring that one out, so I'm calling it on that one. I just don't know how to make that a bit more pretty, so yeah. So this one was one that I did for the full process video. I think it's so sweet. It could do with a dragonfly or a pixie or something, couldn't it, in the middle? But yeah, maybe in the future I'll do that. I really enjoyed using my Inktense pencils for this one. It was on the rare day that I was able to sit here at my desk and actually, you know, do some nice painting. This one was a rework, which I will put up as a full process video at some point. And I was using, yeah, the glitter pens on this one, the glitter twin markers. Don't like it, they were scrubby on the page. This I was using, is this my yeah, this was watercolour paper. Didn't like it at all. Yeah, the glitter markers, not good on the watercolour paper at all. It's a bit rough, it's a bit scratchy. Yeah, don't know how I feel about that one. So this one I played around with the metallic gold marker from the Artistry twin marker set in a style that I did years ago. Yeah, I don't have much to say about that one. This one was based on Michelle Rummel, and I used just the regular marker pens on mixed media paper here. I wanted to see what the pens were like on different papers, and it's fine, totally fine. A bit busy, that one. I like this one better, and this one I did with, what was I using? Yeah, this is watercolour paper. Yeah, I like that one. Oh, maybe it would be better that way up. It's hard sometimes when you make a picture and then you turn it around and think, oh, it looks better that way. This one, yeah, these were all done with the markers. That was a standard marker, the blue one. This one was a metallic marker in bronze. I've just really enjoyed exploring this kind of style very, very much. This one you will have already seen as a full process video. I just sometimes just love kicking back and doing a bit of painting and bubbles and straight neurographic art. This one was going to be a full process video until I went wrong, completely wrong with the pattern, which has been happening a lot over the last couple of weeks because I haven't been well, my head has not been in the right place. So yeah, it just reminds me of bananas and custard or something, this one. This was a rework of a, oh yeah, most of these are my reworks pages now. These are the sheets of paper that don't work out right, that I just try to do something with. So this was just a random full page of Zentangle that I finally completed. This one was another experiment with these swirly lines that I showed you last time that I really enjoy doing and just, yeah, experimenting with. This one has gone as far as I can take it. I don't know what else to do with it. It's on this awful textured watercolour paper, which isn't good for drawing at all. This one's pretty awful as well, but you know, I was determined I was going to finish the page. This one, oh, these aren't finished. I don't know what to do with them. Sometimes you work and rework a page, and maybe I should just give up on that one. I'm really showing you my disasters now because I think it's really important to do that, because not every picture that you draw is going to be a great picture. Some of them are just going to be awful, like these. I don't know where they're going, I don't know what they're doing, but I'm not giving up on them. I'll just keep trying for a bit longer, and then, yeah, just use it as an exercise in thinking about my work, really. And the last one is this one, which I'm still working on. I just added a little bit of gold and black to the edges on this one, and that's going to go back on my rework pile for me to finish as well, as will that one. But I think I'm done with that one. Right, what's next? Well, the only other thing to mention is I did this one as a Let's Doodle Dragonfly. And what I did was I took the black and white drawing and I popped it onto the computer and ran it through Photoshop to pull out all of the lines so that I could offer it to everyone as a colour your own dragonfly page. So all I did is slightly bigger because I've edited it slightly. All I've done is I've printed these out on straight printer paper. I've printed one out onto cartridge paper, and I've printed one out on watercolour paper. And what I intend to do is just rework these with different doodles and different colours and different patterns. And I'll show you those next month when I've finished them. But I'm going to enjoy doing those, and I'll do those off camera so that I can just sit in bed and just doodle. That will be great for me. So that is it in regards to the work I've been working on in drawing wise. Other things I've been doing, well, I have finished with my experiments with the glass painting. That's a bit dark today. Let's try that. So I have finished with my experiments with the glass painting, and I'm putting together the video so that I can share it with you. I'm hoping it will be ready before Christmas, but we shall just have to wait and see. I have experimented with diluting the paint, the glass paint, and seeing how it works. And then after that I experimented with painting on a bottle a curved bottle. Now this hasn't worked out very well at all, but it was a really good experiment. I mean, it's got its charm, but you know, it's not brilliant. Anyway, I have recorded it all and I will be sharing that with you, hopefully before Christmas, but we'll see how I get on because yeah, The other thing that I've been doing is I've been making some coasters, some mosaic coasters. Now these have been quite a relaxing project to do, and you can just dip in and out of them as well. So I've been able to leave them on my desk, and when I've had half an hour there I just wanted to do something, I could just come and just do a little bit of work on them. This is my least favourite one, which is why I'm going to keep it for myself and put it on my desk and be using that for my coffee. But I have made 3 that I am going to give away as Christmas gifts. The only other thing I've been doing is I've started making some little decorations from these little MDF cutout shapes, laser cut shapes. These are just a silly little project, and the paint has only just dried on one side, so I'm hoping to get those done for Christmas, but I don't know if you'll be interested in Christmas things in January, but I will try to remember to share those with you as well. So let's just do a little bit of drawing whilst I talk to you about what's going on with me. Well, I haven't been feeling 100% since my daughter's wedding last month, and I thought I was just having an extended flare-up. But then I started to feel a few different things going on, and it was very different from my normal flare-ups. So yeah, I haven't been feeling very well, and I've been back and forth to the doctor's surgery 3 times this month, and in addition to that I've had to go up to the hospital for blood tests and also blood tests at the doctor's surgery as well. And you know, most things are good, you know, things like my full blood count, everything like that, perfectly good. But unfortunately it looks like I've got neuropathy, and if you don't know what that is, it's where you've got some sort of nerve damage. It's quite common for people that are diabetic to get neuropathy, but I'm not diabetic, and I think this has been caused by all my other autoimmune stuff that's been going on. So for now they're going to start me on some medication, which I will start this week, so wish me luck with that, because I've heard that there are awful side effects when you start taking it, and it takes a few weeks to kick in. So I don't know what form I'm going to be in the next few weeks, how I'm going to be. You know, fingers crossed that I won't have any side effects. But yeah, I just don't know. I could be feeling sick, I could be getting headaches. I don't know. There's a whole long list of side effects, but apparently they settle down after a couple of weeks. So that'll be just in time for Christmas, so I'm hoping that everything will be settled down and that I'll start to feel better for Christmas. So yeah, that's where I'm at really. It's not great. I've not had a lot of energy, I've not had a lot of strength, I've been trying to muddle forth with everything, and just, anyway, on the bright side, it's almost Christmas. So I would like to take this opportunity to wish you all a very, very Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays, and I'd like to thank each and every one of you for watching my videos, liking my videos, and offering me all this support along my journey. I think I've come quite a long way in my art journey over the last few years, but I also feel I've got so much more to learn, and I love experimenting with different crafts, I love experimenting with different art mediums. So if you're at the start of your journey, I hope that you get a little bit of inspiration, and if you're further down your journey than me, please do feel free to share some of your own tips or tricks or ideas for things that I could do to improve my own work. So yeah, thank you very, very much for joining me. I will be posting a few other videos over the Christmas period because they're already prepared, and I hope to get the glass painting video out to you as well. But if I don't, please forgive me. It's there, it's ready. I just need to feel a bit more on form. So I will continue to rest up and work in my sketchbook in the meantime. And yeah, I wish you all very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And my next chatty one will be out in the new year.